Hey guys, Scott back again with a new beer dissection video for you today. Kind of coming back local a little bit today, somewhat local at least. Montauk Brewing Company, okay, out here on Montauk, Long Island, about 50 something miles away from me. It's their tropical IPA. I think I had this at a friend's house about a week ago. I just drank it out of a can, so I really wasn't analyzing. I remember enjoying it, so I coincidentally kind of ordered a, delivery of some beer the other day, and this came in. I was actually looking for, I think they called Dissection IPA, and they gave me the tropical IPA, so it's all great, no problem. So again, Montauk, east end of Long Island, South Shore. I don't know if they've been bought out by some big beer companies. They got a big footprint now. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see this in New Jersey, Connecticut, maybe even across the country in certain areas. I'm not too certain about that. So the tropical IPA, it's at 7.3%. So I wouldn't say this is definitely not a sessionable IPA, but Montauk's always been producing some pretty solid beers. They have a great red can, looks like this, but it's in red. They're juicy IPA. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out again, at least in this setting, so I can kind of maybe analyze a little bit better. I remember having it again last weekend, and I enjoyed it. But again, when I'm sitting at someone's house, I'm not sitting there like sniffing it, taking it all in. I call myself a beer nerd, but I don't consider myself a beer snob. There is a time and place for doing this type of stuff, okay? So let's crack this bad boy open. I'm going to use my typical kind of oversized snifter tulip pint that you've seen me use a lot in my videos. I think it's one of the more ideal glasses especially for IPAs. Okay. So let's crack this open here and pour it on out. Okay, they say tropical IPA. I don't think that's technically a style in the Beer Judge certification program unless it was just added in the last 2022 guidelines, but let's take a look at it. So nice, quarter inch, half inch, white dense foam. The bubbles look pretty supportive there. I think it would stick around a little bit longer if I poured a little more aggressively, which I'm surprised I didn't, because I seem to do that a lot these days. We kind of got this dark straw, light to gold color, a little haze there, probably a little bit of chill haze. Most IPAs, though, if you've watched more than 2 videos that I've reviewed IPAs, I talk about the polyphenols from the hop matter. Some of these guys are using some oats and unmalted wheat. The wheat has more proteins in it, gives it the haze. Oats, I don't think this looks like one with oats. Oats, you get that a lot in the New England IPAs. It adds that murky, cloudy opaqueness to the beer. This one definitely doesn't have it. All right, guys, so Montauk Tropical IPA. Okay, so they're not false advertising. There's definitely tropical fruit on this. I get pineapple, mango, light malt, maybe at the very most a light toast, breadcrumb, but white bread, if you want to err on the side of being a little less malty or toasted. But without a doubt, though, there's a nice mango, pineapple, maybe even a little bit of a white grape, cantaloupe. So you get the idea. You name your tropical fruit. I wouldn't argue with someone whether they were saying mango, pineapple. I don't get a big citrus note on the aroma here, like if you had grapefruit or orange. So if you're someone that likes more tropical fruit IPAs, right, I can tell you right now, you're probably going to enjoy this one more, and I haven't even tasted it yet. All right, so anyway, guys, cheers. Pretty nice. Definitely, let's start with the carbonation. Definitely medium to medium high carbonation. I'm not getting any alcoholic warmth. Usually around 7.5, 8 I do. This is just below that. So that's good, because sometimes I find that if you get a little too high with the IPAs, especially IPAs, you know, and you get that hotness to the beer, it just, I think, to me, I almost perceive like an astringency or kind of like a puckering sensation beyond any bitterness that you get from the beer. Medium bodied, I mean, it drinks a little bit lighter than a 7.3 IPA, which I like. I do get the tropical fruit on the flavor, the pineapple, the mango. Get a little carbonic bite with that carbonation though too. No creaminess. Again, light toast, white bread, kind of malt profile there. Very nice though. But again, I don't get any like citrus, grapefruit, orange. So again, I only mention that not to knock the beer. I mean, I actually sometimes prefer it more on the tropical fruit side, but more for you guys who are, especially those of you who live in the area here and you can get this pretty readily at most, even just general grocery stores, that you know what you're buying when you see it on the shelf. You know, their juicy IPA in the red can goes more towards the grapefruit. This is definitely going more tropical fruit. So you want to say mango, guava, pineapple, whatever your taste buds hit, that's kind of where you're going with the hops. Very nice, you know, like I said, pretty smooth for 7.3%. You know, typical pairings for this, sometimes I dive deeper into some pairing more than others. Typical IPA stuff, medium kind of level blue cheese, anything that you throw salsa on, because you do get the tropical fruit, pineapple. You know, if you have a halibut or cod with a mango salsa, chutney, things like that, to add a little sweetness to it, this would hold up pretty well too. So, grading wise, I'll give this a good solid B plus. Again, as a consumer, if you're looking tropical fruit, I would go lean towards this one. If you want more grapefruit, go to the red can, the juicy IPA. But again, pretty solid beer. Another, you know, Montauk's always produced some pretty, you know, good beers. Again, regardless of whether they, you know, sold out to a big beer brand. But most of them that I get are pretty solid. All right, guys, so this is the beer dissection today. Was Montauk Tropical IPA. I don't know if it's been out in prior years. I mean, when I had it at a friend's house, drank it out of the can last weekend. I don't recall seeing it, but I would definitely recommend it, you know, kind of in that B plus range. But and again, if you want tropical fruit, that's what you'd be looking for in this beer. All right, guys, until the next beer video, have a great day. Take care.